Hey, YouTube, or I should say, good morning, Saints. This story. All right, when I woke up this morning, I see clips. I see Jay Wilson wrote about this story. So I went and saw the original clip from the news, Detroit local news. And this is the kind of story that just, uh, I'm sorry, I have to use be myself. It pisses me the fuck off. This really, really, really troubles me. The way these preachers are able to go and steal and apparently beg, steal, and apparently demand your money. I hate it. I hate this thing when they use this tithing laws. They claim to be Christians. That is the banner that we're all under, Christianity, right? So what does Christianity have to do with tithing? I mean, how do we? All the other laws no longer apply. God, Jesus fulfilled the law, but we're going to keep tithing. How? Why? What? I mean, what was the economy then compared to the economy now? I don't have no chickens. I give you one of my. I own 10 chickens. I give you one chicken to the Levitical priesthood, and we're not even Jews. Anyway, these stories always piss me off. Last year they had a story about the old ladies that went into the retirement home, right? And then they were sending their collectors, seem a little like tax collectors, send their tithe collectors into the church, threatening the old people. You're gonna lose your seat if you don't send your SSI check into this church. And it's something, people been there for 30 years, been tithing for 30 years. They become old. They're living in a retirement home, and these people are going to demand 10% of what they got. They don't got much. When the United States government, when you start dealing with Social Security, I have some experience, they figure the least amount you need to live on, to survive on. They do not include 10% of your money going to these churches so the pastors continue to drive their Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and Porsche SUVs. Doesn't make any sense. The greed. Okay, so here's the story. The best I can get it. I just got the little clip. This woman who works for Marvin Winans church. She's a housekeeper, but it's legitimate work. It's a job. They pay her $18,000 a year. Let me see what that is. $18,000 a year is to be $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month, right? Everybody got to pay taxes at work, right? So let's chop off approximately 30% to a third of her income goes to taxes. So now this woman's working with $1,000 a month. They said, oh, we got a great deal for you. You can live in this house here at the church, and you only got to pay us $500 a month. First of all, that ain't no great deal. You were living in Detroit. Isn't Detroit the place where you can go and buy a house right now for $80,000? People are buying houses all for less than $100,000 in Detroit. They've got the worst economy of all the states at this particular moment, right? So that's just what the house would rent for. I assume $500. I mean, that's nothing here, but in Detroit, anyway. They don't even give her, first of all, my belief is the house should be free. If they only paying her $1,800 a month, which turns out to be $1,000 a month, and they want her to pay her taxes, she had no choice in that. And they wanted to pay all the utilities, and they want to pay $250 a month for security for the house, their house. They demanded to have security, right? A myriad of other things she has to pay. Basically, this woman cannot make it work with $1,000 a month, and I understand. I don't remember what her name is, but I am totally on her side. She's barely making it, cleaning up after these damn people, and they want to put their heels in her neck and pull everything out. Tell me what pimping is. What is it? Do pimps care about hoes? Do pimps care about hoes? Hell to the hell no. Get me my money. And they want the 10% off the top. First of all, I'm not going into no biblical understanding of tithing because I don't believe that that is some kind of manual for life. And what was the economy in the desert 6,000 years ago certainly would not apply to the economy now. They done turn you giving them a chicken, give it to the priesthood. They done turn that into, we want 10% of every paycheck you got and everything extra you get. Any bonus you get, bring us 10% of it. Not asking for the money, demanding. In this situation, the begging is horrendous already. What other kind of job can you have where you are legally allowed to go before thousands of people and beg for their money, claiming they're giving the money to God? That's a sweet hookup, ain't it? I can go and demand money out of your purse, money that your children are supposed to be using for their school supplies, for their food, for their shelter, for transportation to get around. I can go and demand that money from you because I say you're giving it to God. And that means you're giving it to me. Who else can do that? What other kind of job can you do that? This is disgraceful. Like that woman, let's see, $1,800. Let's say you pay your taxes first. You take home $1,000. They want their 10%, so they want $100. Now, people who are rich like these people who live in big mansions and drive Rolls Royces and Bentleys and all that kind of stuff, to them they say, well, what's the big deal? It's $100. Give us $100. If you pay all the shit that they're requiring her to pay, I doubt there is $100 left. Any woman working every day should be able to go and buy herself a dress now and then. They should be able to do something. They should have money. Slavery is over. The point is not the $100. The point is they will go into this woman and demand money from her. God likes a cheerful giver. That's what he desires. You should want to give to whatever you're involved in because I can. But you can't. Some people can't do that. And what pisses me off is a lot of these churches are packed with old people. The closer you get to death, the more spiritual you become. The more curious you become. The more death is imminent. You know it. Most of these people are living on Social Security. Most of these people are living on Social Security. Social Security, they have determined what is the minimum, not a comfortable lifestyle, not money for raising a family, certainly. This is based on one person. What is the minimum they have to live on? These people go in there and demand 10% of that. So if a person on Social Security is getting $900 a month, they want you to bring them $90. Now, what was the $90? That was the food. After you pay all your bills, the $90, that's what's left for you to eat. Now, I know this. I don't like going on here and just filling all my business. But I've been in some terrible health situations, which has landed me on Social Security. I know what they give you. It ain't giving you, they're not figuring in money for you to be giving these churches all this money so they can keep building their empires. Now, when these empires get built, I saw these big old churches, they got big old schools and all this kind of stuff. When all that gets built, who you think gonna maintain it? Who's gonna keep it up? They keep getting it bigger and bigger and bigger. Who's gonna keep it up? I mean, the money has to keep coming, right? It's you. You have to ask yourself, why do you need a big palace in the first damn place? And when you say I'm giving the money to God, who am I giving it to? Your wife's sitting up here in minks and furs and diamonds, and you're sweating me over $100 a month? $100 that I need? I'm working as a maid. I'm working like I'm a slave to this church. That's ridiculous. Marvin Winans. They gave a quote about how he fired her. And he found out that she was not tithing, so he said, "Oh, well, you can fill out your departure papers." People, they have a lot of nerve. That's what makes people hate church. It makes people hate you. You get up there in your fancy suit, your $2,000 and $3,000 suits, and demand that people in this audience who are barely making it, you don't know if they're barely making it or not. You don't give a damn. You in this situation, you know what this woman's making. The fact that she's working there, her tithes should be included in that. You people kill me. Just like, okay, let me give you an example. People who work in the church, they'll say from the podium, "Oh, that don't count." Well, we glad to have you working, doing, your all your ushers and your singers and all the people. All these people are why people come to the church, right? And I'm sure this woman is getting stuck a lot of this cleaning up after them as well. But all these things, all these volunteers, and you were in this department, and you were in this department. Everybody, they always were talking about how they feeding the homeless. But the homeless, they're getting the money from the food bank, buying it by the pound. They pay basically nothing for the food, right? And then they got all volunteers. Everybody works for free, right? They got all volunteers passing the stuff out. But you need another $10,000 for the food department. What do you need it for? You're not paying anybody. I think it's time for this mega church thing, this phenomenon to end. These the people, you're too damn greedy. And then you like I was saying, okay, I'm off track. These old people, they have their mothers and stuff in the church. They barely make it, honey. I don't give a damn where they worked. You on like that, and these people are seniors, so they got 2 and 3 generations of people that are still alive. Everybody needs a helping hand. They don't have nothing but enough money to live on, but they've been tithing to your ass for the last 30 years. If you cared about people, you would not be on these people's necks. You would not be bothering people about their Social Security checks. I always say that that's one thing that will do it for me. And I always volunteered at church. Started as soon as I started. Always worked at the church for free. They say, "Oh, that's not work." Yes, it is. It is. Because if you didn't have us slaves, you would have to pay for it. I said, "Listen, I don't have a lot of money, but I have some time. So I give some time and I give some money. Joyfully, what I choose to give. And I'm faithful about what I want to give to the church. And I don't have the impression that I'm giving the money to God. I'm giving the money to the church to help the church function." One time, somebody comes up to me and demands any kind of invoice or pay stub or any kind of thing about my money, my personal money. I'm through. I wouldn't give a goddamn if I was there for 50 years. I'm through. I'm a man. How's another man going to come in here and go into my finances and tell me what I'm going to give him? What the hell is a pimp anyway? It's the same damn thing. In my church, I'm an usher. I know there are people in there that give money. They give it religiously. And God bless them. That's what keeps the church going. Nothing wrong with giving what you want to give to the church because you love your church and you want to support your community and so forth. That's a whole different thing. They do just fine. Give what you want to give. They used to call it offering. Now it's tithes and offerings. So in other words, they don't only want 10% of your income. You figure it out. 10% of your income. They want what the government wants. They think they are the damn government. What was that? Yeah, that would make me walk. Ungrateful, greedy ass people. They want bigger and bigger. And you know why they want bigger and bigger churches? Because it brings in more people. You want to know why your church is always talking about how they're going to help you? You need to be gainfully employed. Oh, you got to go to school. Oh, you got to do this. You got to do all work concerned about your family, right? Your family making a good income, having a good job. They don't give a fuck about you having a good job. They give a fuck about the tithe. That's what they want. They want you to make more money so you can give them more money. It's all a hustle. I hope this woman wins her lawsuit. I hope they got to go back and pay her for everything she did there for free. I hope this woman can go and get herself a job. I'll work and you just pay me and I'll pay my own rent. I would pray that she get a job. She can afford to pay her own bills. Don't get involved in these freaks. That is just cold-hearted to me. How you gonna fire somebody because they don't give you the time and they giving you everything they got? Basically, you give them a paycheck and give it all back to you for the house, for the security. You got to pay all your utilities on the damn thing, and plus they got 5 and 6. Plus, churches I always want something. You always got to support the children. You got to go to this and buy that, and this woman, she don't even have money to live on. And I know I've been in that place before, What them people are asking for, that is the food. When you pay everything else, that is the food, honey. In other words, you will not get a McDonald's hamburger this whole month. You will not leave your house because you can't afford to leave your house. But what you will do is give us 10% of your income. 100%, taxes 30%, utilities 20%. God help you if you got a car. Well, that knocks off another 10 if you got an old raggedy car. I mean, I'm sure you ain't got no nice car. That can easily knock off another 10. You know what? There's nothing left. And you want 10%. Everything else has got to be squeezed. It's a damn shame. Best of luck to you, hon. Whatever your name is. I would pray that you win your lawsuit and be an example to the rest of these people, rest of these thieves, these pimps. Everybody, listen to you, preacher people. I know that you're on here, and I don't hate all of you. I hate your greed. Love the sinner, hate your greed. Hey, it works both ways. Love the sinner. Hate your greed. Hate your sin, honey. That is your sin. Begging. License to beg. Back in the days, let me see, I'm 60 years old, right? Even I can remember a time where all you can get fined for black people, they didn't have no highfalutin jobs. They weren't in government. They weren't in. Success was becoming a pastor. That's where all that shit came from. These became artistic at putting the pastor on a pedestal, giving him income. After the pastor was making $200,000 a year, now let's take a collection for him to go on vacation to the Bahamas. So if you got a few more dollars left out of that check, let's get that so we can send the pastor first class to the Bahamas. Oh, it's the pastor's birthday. Oh, the pastor's car is 2 years old. That's the way hoes think about their pimps. They are the ones who pay for all that garbage he has all over his hand, diamonds on every finger, Rolls Royces, all hideous ass vehicles and stuff. They pay for all that, and they're cheerful givers. People, stop it. Wake up. Wake up. If you see somebody just interested in your money, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. It's a den of thieves. Will Christ be pleased with this mega church phenomenon? What do you need it for? You got a TV? Turn it on. Watch it on TV for free. Go to your computer. Go to YouTube. Watch them for free. They're not doing nothing special. They ain't got no powers. Oh. Yeah. Theatrics. I see you slayed in the spirit. You slayed. You ain't slayed in nothing. You're slayed in your own excitement. People do that at a baseball game. They get happy. You ever seen them? Screaming, yelling, got to pass out and all this kind of stuff. They do that for a football game. People, this is not what God wants for ministry, I don't believe. You don't need no big megadome. You don't need it. We don't need it. What is the point in it? What is Joel Osteen saying that is so life-changing that he needs a football stadium full of tithers and givers? What is he saying that's so relevant, so important, that you got to go in there and support his lifestyle? Why you need to make a church? I don't think you even need them. Greedy people. They're addicted to the money. That's what it is. They might come in right. They might come in just in ministry. Baby, when that money starts coming, money wants more money. I know I've said it over and over and over again. That's what money wants. Money wants more money. The more money you get, the more money you want. And eventually, it's just going to be about the money. That's it. How dare them people demand that woman's paycheck? That's her paycheck. It's not a gift. You didn't give that to her. She's already channeling all the money she gets back into your church. So I salute this woman for bringing it up. bring it up. Find yourself a nice little church where they go to worship God. They ain't got no Rolls Royces, no palaces, none of that. You don't need none of that. Your community, go to a small church where you can actually know the people who you are seeing every Sunday morning, where you can get to know the children. You want to help them. I guarantee you, there'll be a desire in you. Rise up to want to support your community. Not a demand. Want to support your community. These people will kill me with it. They're always going back. They go back to the Old Testament for homosexuality, and they go back for the tithe. And the tithe is the primary thing. Believe me. If we stop giving money to the church, if the government made it illegal to give money to the church, believe me, them people will not be in ministry. They quit that same day. Most of them. Most of them. Paul built tents. You always talking about Paul, what Paul said, what Paul did. Paul had a job, a full-time job, and managed to be the bishop in that time. It's that woman's money. You don't demand somebody. I wish some. Y'all know I got all this horrible language inside of me. I wish somebody would come and demanding my personal money. Another man demanding that I give them my money just to go there and listen. I can listen on the radio, TV, computer, tapes, DVDs. I can get your ass for free. What am I coming there to give you my money for? All right, people, I know I'm all over the place. Keep your money. People who are who seem to feel like that your money is their money, leave that place.